Over the years, the controversial question, should the drinking age be lowered back down to 18, is constantly being tossed around. Binge drinking in the United States has led to many serious health and social consequences and traffic fatalities. Since the drinking age was raised from 18 to 21, college and teenage drinking has not decreased. It has been driven underground and behind closed doors. The drinking age should be lowered to 18 years old in the U.S. in order to decrease the amount of college-age drinking in young adults and help lower the amount of fatalities caused by alcohol consumption. It's the question that underage college students have been asking for decades. I can fight and die for this country, so why can't I crack a beer? Alcohol consumption has been a huge controversy in the United States for over 75 years. After Prohibition ended in 1933, you had to be 21 to go into a bar. During the height of the Vietnam War, 18 was your ticket to a six-pack, and finally in 1984, the federal government ordered all 50 states to raise the legal drinking age to 21 in efforts to decrease drinking among adolescents and the consequences that come along with it. Although many will argue, including myself, that this act did exactly the opposite, during the 25 years since the bill was passed, there have been conscious efforts by many to decrease the drinking age once again. Although many people agree that the drinking age should be lowered back down to 18, many others are arguing for the opposite side of things. MADD claims the higher drinking age is responsible for a decline in annual alcohol-related deaths, from 26,173 in 1982 to 16,885 in 2005, as counted by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, with alcohol-related fatalities dropping more than highway deaths where booze was not a factor. Opponents point out that the NHTSA's definition of alcohol-related deaths include all fatalities involving any measurable amount of alcohol in any person involved, including pedestrians. They also note that the highway design, vehicle safety, and seatbelt use have remarkably improved since the 1980s. Pro-21ers counter with a 2002 study by the researchers at the University of Minnesota who reviewed more than 150 studies since NMDAA was enacted that consistently show benefit to the law, as well as popular support. They also note that the age for handgun purchase is 21 as well, and to rent a car is 25. With alcohol abuse comes a whole handful of harmful health and social consequences such as anemia, cardiovascular disease, depression, seizures, high blood pressure, and many more. Consumption of alcohol is a contributing factor to unintentional injuries, the leading cause of death for use in young adults, and accounts for an estimated 75,000 or more total deaths in the United States annually. Alcohol use is accountable for many unintended pregnancies, sexually transmitted infections, violence, vandalism, crime, overdose, other substance use, and high-risk behavior, resulting in a heavy burden of social and health costs. Although heavy drinking among older adolescents and young adults has declined over the past decades, there has been no decline among college students. The overall lack of progress in reducing drinking and related problems among college students nationally is raising red flag to college officials, says Weschler. Some are calling for a public debate about lowering the legal drinking age to 18 years old. They have suggested that the current legal drinking age of 21 years is not working to prevent youth from using alcohol and experiencing the negative consequences of drinking. A central argument of the initiative is that the U.S. minimum legal drinking age policy results in more dangerous drinking than would occur if the legal drinking age were lower. Although declines have been shown in drinking, traffic fatalities, and related harm since the minimum drinking age of 21 years became law, the Amethyst Initiative suggests that the observed declines are a result of other factors such as improvements in motor vehicle safety and not the change in the minimum legal drinking age. Drinking among young adults aged 18 to 20 years has not decreased. It has only been driven underground, behind closed doors, and away from bars where it could be more carefully monitored. Some college presidents have expressed concern that these unsafe drinking environments have contributed to an increase in alcohol poisoning deaths among youth and young adults. They also argue that young adults aged 18 to 20 years drink more responsibly in Western European countries where the minimum legal drinking age is lower. Alcohol consumption and at what age it should occur has and always will be a very controversial topic. If the drinking age was lowered back down to 18, I believe it would decrease drinking-related problems in our country. I believe if we were to lower the drinking age to 18 and make an alcohol education class mandatory for all high school students, that the drinking-related problems would drastically decrease. Young adults would not feel the need to sneak it and not get so much joy out of drinking it and getting drunk because it was legal. We are the only country with this big of a problem with alcohol, and we need to do something to stop it. If we did not make such a big of a hype about it, teens wouldn't be so insistent on drinking it to get drunk.